TV network.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Guyana TV network.
Well, welcome to the 9th edition of HowZat, and this is a good night to be on the air. And so we've got with us Michelangelo, Timothy Jaikaran, and Brandon Corlett. And we're going to talk about a lot of things in this program. Let's start with Brandon. What you've got for us?
Well, we have the IPL, of course, and I'm very happy with Mumbai Indians' performance. So we'll touch base on that. But Sean, last week was a very good show. We had a championship winning captain of the Guyana Harpies, Tevin Imlach, and we also had his agent, the only accredited agent in Guyana.
Yeah.
Right? So it was a good
agent.
show. Cricket agent.
Yeah.
So it was a good show last week. And for the fans, we have a lot to look forward to this week. The breakout league started, but not so good for Guyana.
And a little later on in the following segments, we'll talk to the highest wicket taker in the under 15 tournament, Riaz Latif.
Of course, I'm looking forward to that one. That's a talented youth.
Yeah, so you see, we always bring the real deal to the fans. We don't play on this show, right? So that's good. Timothy?
Yeah, well, I must say, we noticed Jemima is not here, so today is going to be a great day because I'm going to talk bad about RCB and I have no one to fight me down. So I'm really looking forward to that section when we get.
Don't worry, you have a lot of enablers here. You know?
Well,
Thank you guys for encouraging me.
Good about Jemima because her boss,
Yes.
Sir Kohli, is on top of the runs.
They're on chart.
Well, I'd like to know I supported her in that venture as well. I said he would be on top of things, so.
But I still think that by the end, Nicholas Puran, who is I think on fourth, will pass.
Puran went 3 innings, had a slight dip, but he'll be back. Trust me, he will be back.
But before Timothy go and talk bad about Kohli, we must know that the guy he was dismissed once while chasing this season.
Yeah.
So the man
Incredible
is the
stat.
deal, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the most half centuries also.
How many?
5.
All right, well, we'll discuss that and much more later on in the show, of course.
Yeah, so we were going to also talk about the under 19 intercounty, which was one day we saw playing, and also we spoke about the IPL. We're going to talk briefly about the GCB decision to go to court for the ball tampering issue.
Yeah. That's a hot topic, Sean.
Hot topic.
We also have to look at the Guyana women's team that departed for the women's T20 Blaze. That's supposed to start on the 1st of May.
Yeah.
Right. So
Tomorrow.
So we have a lot to look forward to this week.
So this is all we've got for in this segment. So we close until the other break. See you on the other side of the break.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Welcome to Hibiscus Restaurant, Sports Bar, and Nightclub. We offer fine dining, a sports bar, dancing, and special events. Come and enjoy a great Caribbean meal or sit and enjoy the games. Watch for our upcoming special events and live shows. Hibiscus, where you can have a wonderful time with family and friends. We are located at 8344 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Sunrise, Florida. Come out today and enjoy our wonderful atmosphere. Hibiscus Restaurant, Sports Bar, and Nightclub. We are your entertainment center in Sunrise, Florida.
Welcome back to HowZat, and this is the segment we go in depth. We talk about all things locally, regionally, and internationally. We have a lot to discuss, but let's go to the local scene first. Sean, what you have for us?
Well, the Intercounty on the 19th fifth overs tournament started. One was played in Essequibo, and the other match was played at Ivlery, the Police Sports Club. But I'm very disappointed that in both matches, neither of the teams were able to bat out fifth overs. And that's a catastrophe for young batters in terms of the right temperament, the willingness to bat long. Even though it's a fifth over match, it's a lot of balls, 300 balls. So Matthew Potaya, who got 40 and 3 for 4 to help Berbice to 214 in 48.3 overs. Parmeshwar Ram got 5 for 37. The select 11 who Berbice played, they made 36.
Wow.
In 16.4 overs, and they were defeated by 178 runs with Salam Khan getting 4 for 18. In Essequibo, Demerara beat Berbice. Demerara beat Essequibo by 23 runs. Demerara didn't even get to 100. They were bowled out for 98 in 24.3 overs with the leg spinner, Chuli, getting 5 for 18. Essequibo replied, fared even worse. They were bowled out for 73 with Banai 4 for 16, and Jaden Dowlin, the son of Travis Dowlin, got 3 for
What's happening with the batsmen, Sean? The batsmen didn't turn up at the venues?
To be fair,
I'm not sure. The batting at all levels is the main problem.
across the women's format, the senior men.
We saw it also in the breakaway league.
Yeah, but we must look at the facility in Essequibo. We know that Essequibo is not known for producing proper pitches, even proper grounds. You know, there's a lack of facility.
So one of the best grounds in Essequibo is Imambaka's ground.
But is it being used?
I don't think these matches were played on it, but that's a good ground. We're talking about pitches and grounds. Apart from the stadium, that has the best surface.
It was actually played at Imambaka's.
Yeah. And that's a big ground. Huge. And there are no stands, so the breeze, it's a breezy ground.
Right, so the problem is the batting. 50 overs, that's 300 deliveries.
Right.
What is the most important thing for batsmen to do? to concentrate.
Yeah, build an innings.
There's a lot of time, but these guys watching too much T20 cricket.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Because everybody wants to hit the ball big, and who can hit it bigger and farther. And we see we in the T20 season. And if all I'm doing is whole week, Monday to Sunday, I'm watching IPL, obviously it plays an influence in my game. So when I go out to the ground, guess what I'm going to be batting as, Sean? A T20 batsman. Everything I want to put in the
So
road.
you're going to be batting like Shimon Hetmeyer.
Oh,
Exactly.
my goodness.
That means you're not going to be making many runs.
Making a lot of money though.
Yeah, so no, I was about to point that out. You know, everybody wants to go there, hit as many sixes as possible, be the next big thing out of Guyana in 2020.
I don't believe in that direction. I always believe in a batsman being a batsman because there will be, even in a T20 game, you'll have testing conditions, overcast conditions, damp pitch, and you have to build an innings. You can't go and swipe there, swipe. It doesn't work all the time. So as a batsman, you must have that in your armory that, okay, I can build an innings, I can battle on.
And apart from David Warner, every single successful 2020 batter played from the longer for
Right.
You
That's
have to
where you
test
build your
ability.
skills,
So-
your foundation, your technique.
I must point out though, right, that remember Ronaldo Jeffrey was starting up in the Bartica T20 tournament?
Yeah.
He's actually playing for Essequibo. The same one. He made 14. I think that was the top score for Essequibo. 14 from 30 deliveries. You
Well,
know?
I wouldn't even mention him because I like him and he's also playing for Maltinos. So 14 wouldn't get a mention
No.
from me.
No, I just pointed out that he's
Yeah,
participating. So I kind of expected better from certain individuals, right?
I know.
Of course, he had the Gulcheran Chulais, Dowlin, Niran Bani. Those guys are ones that usually perform at club level. So it's good to see them
And he
taking it to the
replicated that club level performance with 5 for 18.
Right.
Did any of the under 21 matches played over the last week, guys? I didn't see any.
No,
No, I think
one match.
Borby's had something, but I don't know if the rain.
Yeah, Borby's
The
had
rain
some-
fell, and again, the public relations office
did not say anything.
I don't know if it exists anymore here in Borby. So guys, you need to work on that in Borby. So,
Communication is key.
on the regional side of things, before we head to the breakout league, which Guyana Power Rangers, Rainforest Rangers started poorly, very poor. We must mention that the women's T20 Blaze will start on May 4th in St. Vincent. Guyana departed recently, and we must note that Guyana is without a left-arm spinner, Sean. There is no Casey Schultz. She was dropped from the Guyana team.
And I might have my bias because she plays for Martinos and she plays in the men's team
Right?
and she takes wickets against men.
All right, so
And Casey is a very good left-arm spinner. So I was a bit surprised when I didn't see her name in the final.
It was a bit of a shock more than a surprise.
all right, just to give context, let's the team, the squad, right? Of course, we got the veteran Shireen Campbell, we got Ashmini Munisar, Mandy Mangro, Sherry-Ann Fraser, Tremaine Marks, Neil Lachman, Shinetta Grimond, Katana Mentor, Rielana Grimond, Anastasia Valenzuela, Shabika Gajnabi, Latoya Williams, Plafiana Millington, Sienna Ratimaya, and Angelica Knights. You got a few fresh faces in
A
that
few
team.
fresh faces, but still.
Schultz should have been here.
Come on.
What, is she
But,
injured?
Schultz
She's
is
not
They
injured.
give a reason as to why.
No
This is
reason.
Guyana
No
cricket we
reason.
talking about.
I
There
know.
are reasons
I
for
know.
certain things. We don't hear anything from selectors.
But that's why I asked the question.
You understand?
That's why I asked the question. So the people could know, the viewers could know.
Now we're accustomed to these things happening, leaving out
Yeah.
a player and just not
No explanation.
no
right?
explanations. We gotta be magicians and say, oh, she probably injured, That's not how it should be. But let's go to the breakout league, guys. Guyana Rainforest Rangers in their beautiful kit. They lost their first 2 games.
What is it?
The beautiful kit.
Where is the green in that kit? If we're in Forest Rangers,
Remember, I
where
wear
is the
glasses, so
green?
probably I didn't have on my glasses to look at the
I want the producer to pull up
I
the kit,
can't
right?
remember.
I thought it was Germany. I thought it was football World Cup come back again.
But let's look at the
Let's
first
look
2
on
games.
field.
Right?
Yeah. So
They-
we played
Trinidad was the second game.
we played Windward Islands in Foreign. It
Forest,
was
yes.
Forest, right? And when we lost by That's what, 16 and 9, 25
Despite
runs.
half centuries from
Adria Sukwa and
Anderson.
Kevlin Anderson.
But was really disappointed
But-
with that
but
game,
I'm
despite
again-
the good performances.
I'm again disappointed with Anderson not going on as a senior batter
We spoke
who's
about this
close
before,
to
yeah.
West Indies cricket.
Yeah, he needs to battle on.
Once he gets his 50 and the shot that he played, most of the shots the batsman played, they out themselves instead of the bowlers getting them out.
You see, I have to mention my boy here, Joshua De Silva.
Yeah.
The man makes 68 from 30 something ball, Sean.
Yeah.
The man is a test player. Everybody say, oh, he's a test player. Kevin Imlach should have been in that Guyana Rainforest Rangers team.
So we
I'm
lost
not
to
a
Trinidad. For the viewers, we lost to them by 23 runs. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
That's another loss.
Dealing with
Chasing again.
twenties right
So
now.
two rough starts.
And I'm also very disappointed with Ronaldo Ali Muhammad.
Timothy boy.
I actually said he would have a great breakout league so far.
Different
That's not
ball
funny.
game,
Yeah.
literally. IPL, we had Virat Kohli being the leading run scorer at the weekend. Jemima, where are you?
443 runs.
Yeah. So I still
And he's
admire.
36.
That's what I'm saying. The guy is fit at that age. I hope some of the West Indies players take a note there.
And the second leading run scorer, Yadav, he's 34.
Sky, yeah.
Yeah, he's gotten to 427. Sky has got 417. And my boy,
Who ran is 404, I think.
yeah, 404. Those are the only batters with 400
400
runs.
runs.
But he's got 34. Six is the most in the tournament.
I know. We can go on and on, Sean, but we got a break, man.
We got to pay the bills.
We gotta pay the bills. See you guys on the other side.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
The future of Guyana cricket is here. Are you ready to catch every thrilling moment? Never miss a game, news, information, interviews, and more. Guyana cricket will now be live and exclusive on the Guyana TV network. Experience the heart-pounding excitement from anywhere in the world. Catch every second, every ball, every wicket that drops on GCB TV, the channel on the Guyana TV network app. Watching Guyana cricket has never been this exciting. The Guyana Cricket Board has its own Cricket TV channel where you can watch all games live, get all your Guyana cricket news and updates, watch replays of games, access exclusive interviews and in-depth information, stay connected, stay informed, never miss a game. Watch it all free on the Guyana TV network app. The future of Guyana cricket is here, live and exclusive on the Guyana Cricket Board's own TV channel, GCB TV. Catch all the games worldwide on GCB TV on the Guyana TV network app. Don't miss out. Download the app now and be part of the action.
Welcome back to HowZat, and this is a very special segment because we have the young and talented leg spinner who recently finished the regional under-15 tournament as the leading wicket taker. Yes, here we have Riyaz Latif. Welcome to HowZat. How are you feeling, sir?
I feel really great for getting invited to this show with y'all, and looking forward for it more to come.
Finishing as the leading wicket taker, how does that feel?
Yeah, it's a great feeling finishing for a fourth year for the leading wicket taker. Getting the support from all my family members, teammates, just going into the matches, performing, do my best, and it come out very successful.
It's important for us to note that you're a leg spinner, and that is considered as the most difficult art in cricket. How did that came about? How you chose to be a leg spinner?
Because my father started working with me at a young age. Like just going to the cricket club, transport cricket club, working with me a lot. He just, when I started bowling leg spin, he just said that this is the right spin for you, for like take up, and I just pick it up and start working it.
I know my co-hosts, they have a lot of questions to ask, but Timothy, you go ahead first.
Yeah, so everybody has models, role models, and influences. For you, who was that? Play that impact for you?
Rashid Khan is my role model for like throughout my cricket career because he bowled the same way as me, bat the same way. So I just enjoy watching him play throughout.
Okay, Michelangelo?
Yeah, right. You mentioned Rashid Khan, and the thing is that most people know you for your bowling more so than your batting, but you can also bat as well. How do you balance bowling and batting? How do you go about doing that?
If I didn't perform really in the batting, I would do good in the bowling because I know I can bat. So mostly I bowl really. So like I just go around like bowling. So if I do good, I do good in batting.
Before you guys ask another question, I think you scored a 48 in the regional under 15 tournament. Tell us how you constructed that innings. You batted at number 9, I think. How did you construct that innings?
When I meet Lamar at the crease, we just saying like, let me just stick to the basics, put the ball in the gap, rotate, ball come, we just put away.
That's a good mindset. Sean?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. And how much of an influence has your bigger brother been on you, your dad?
Yeah, well, he always say like I work hard and like follow him. Because right now he's in the breakout league and I will do good in the Miss UN, do good in the L15, so it worked out.
So I was just telling your dad that I'm hoping that he calls me when MYO has to play transport, because you and your brother play for transport and he plays for MYO, and if you out him, that would be a back page picture. How did you do so well in your first time at regional level? How the mental part works?
Just go out like to do the basics, stick to the basics, so like put the ball in the right area, bowl slower because like the batsman was working mostly for me, like bowl a lot of leg spin, then the special ball, the googly, so that worked out for me.
Well, there's red ball and white ball cricket. I know a lot of youngsters are leaning to white ball cricket. But what's your preference? Do you prefer red ball cricket or white ball cricket?
I prefer red ball cricket because the format, say like 2-day, I prefer that because I'm really like a slow batsman and I love to give the ball air and let it turn.
And that's the way to bowl leg spin in a 2 innings match.
Right.
Flight it, bowl slow. When you bowl slow, the ball will grip and turn.
Yeah, but in general, Sean, I mean,
even 50 overs, even 50 overs matches,
So that's a good art to master.
Yeah, I have a question for you, if you don't mind. Now, we know in this day and age, we see T20 is not the only format where we see aggressive batsmen. We see T20 50 overs, and I'm pretty sure Test match we see it as well when they took 28 runs off James Anderson over. So now as a leg spinner, what strategy do you use if you're coming up against an aggressive batsman that you know he's going to look to put you to 6 different parts of the ground in your 6 deliveries?
So mainly I will look like to bowl, like set a offside field and put it like wide outside half, let go cross him and let him hit to the offside.
Smart, because another batsmen don't want to play extra cover.
Yeah, you seem like a very intelligent young bowler. How do you bowl to batters who attack you? Use their feet. Well, there are rarely batters who use
in this career.
But if a batter, like, how would you go to a batter like Clark?
Like, keep the ball on the off stump going away, like 2-3 balls going away, and then surprise him with the one that coming back.
I know everyone wants to play Test cricket and the T20 leagues, but where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In West Indies senior team,
All right, wait. You're how old are you right now? Let's do the calculation.
15.
You're 15. So by 20, you want to be in West Indies team.
Yeah.
Senior team.
Yeah.
All right, that's the main goal, you know. And of course, to realize your dreams or realize your goals of getting in the Maroon, what are some of the things, you know, that you have to work on, that you know you must work on in order to achieve Test selection or West Indies selection?
Like I feel I need to work on my strengthen up, work mainly more on my batting and even my bowling.
Your bowling.
I think with age, you know, you continue going to the gym, work on your
and get stronger
and you will get stronger. I mean, look at Moti now, Sean.
Yeah.
You remember Moti?
Was you smaller than him?
Smaller than him.
Yeah, Moti was smaller
Now
than
the
him.
guy has shoulders bigger than Timothy.
Yeah.
No offense. Yeah, so before you guys ask any other question, your brother is currently in the breakout league with the Rainforest Rangers. I had to get that correct this time.
The
right?
Rainforest Rangers.
The Rainforest Rangers. So that tournament is for young players trying to break out. Do you see yourself playing that tournament in 2 years' time?
Yes, the sure. So I just gotta keep working. Keep working all the time. Keep working on my batting, bowling, and I see myself in one team.
Let me give you some advice. So in cricket, we always say, as pundits, we call ourselves pundits and journalists, and we always cry for consistency. Meaning, game after game, if you can take 5 wickets every game, build dot balls, you know, build pressure. And I think you did that in the regional under 15 tournament. So I hope you use that template throughout your career. And by 20, you will be a test player.
What was your goal when you started the tournament? 15 wickets you ended up with.
Yeah.
Was that the goal?
No, I tell my coach that I want to finish with 12, but I end up finishing with 16.
So you exceeded your goal.
I like the wisdom this young man uses here.
Exactly.
That's really good. All right, guys, we have to go for a quick commercial break, but we are live at Ed Kezo. And once again, we have to thank Edward B. Bihari. You know why? Because we're drinking top shelf stuff, man. Pulse energy drink. See you guys on the other side.
The future of Guyana cricket is here. Are you ready to catch every thrilling moment? Never miss a game, news, information, interviews, and more. Guyana cricket will now be live and exclusive on the Guyana TV network. Experience the heart-pounding excitement from anywhere in the world. Catch every second, every ball, every wicket that drops on GCB TV, the channel on the Guyana TV Network app. Watching Guyana cricket has never been this exciting. The Guyana Cricket Board has its own Cricket TV channel where you can watch all games live, get all your Guyana cricket news and updates, watch replays of games, access exclusive interviews and in-depth information, stay connected, stay informed, never miss a game. Watch it all free on the Guyana TV Network app. The future of Guyana cricket is here, live and exclusive on the Guyana Cricket Board's own TV channel, GCB TV. Catch all the games worldwide on GCB TV on the Guyana TV Network app. Don't miss out. Download the app now and be part of the action.
Alright guys, welcome back. As you see, we had on the previous segment, we had the talented Riaz Latif. And now we're going to delve into something that I'm going to truly air all my feelings out today. And we're going to be looking at the IPL, and we're going to be looking more so at RCB's performance. We're going to focus on Mumbai. So I'm here to bash every IPL team except my team. So we're going to be looking at RCB's performance. Is RCB truly the best team this season? Or are they going to do a South Africa to their fans?
Yes and no.
Yes or no?
They're not the best team.
Good.
And yes, they will slip.
They will choke.
Jemima,
They will choke.
I said that.
It's amazing you guys are saying this when Jemima is away.
Well, I say it all the time. I say it all the time.
I still think RCB, they're lacking that killer spinner there, man. I mean, Krunal Pandya and Sharma, that young Sharma, the leg spin. I don't think those are world-class spinners to dismantle a batting lineup. So I think that's the gray area they need to sort out. But Hazelwood is good. But he can only bowl 4 overs.
You need 2 out of Hazelwoods.
Right?
Yes, Sean.
Okay, Rajasthan Royals are on top.
No. Rajasthan Royals are not on top. RCB.
RCB,
Yes.
RCB. Gujarat Titans on second.
Yes.
Mumbai Indians in
But
top
not for
4,
long,
so-
though, not for long.
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians on third and Delhi Capitals on fourth, right?
Yes.
So we could see, as Timothy said, not for long, because the Titans have got lots of quality players.
Yes.
So they will ultimately, towards the back end, get back on top.
But you see, a lot of the RCB supporters would say, we are the best team this season. Why? Because all of the wins, I think 5 or 6 wins came away from Bengaluru, away from home.
Yeah.
Right? So, and not only that, so you had Virat Kohli scoring runs at the weekend and Krunal Pandya scoring runs.
Yeah, that
and the
wonderful
way in which he scored those runs would give a lot of confidence to the RCB supporters, Jemima and them, you know? So,
false hope.
No, well, I think Kohli is going to be ending this tournament as one of the leading run scorers.
he probably might finish at
already
5th or 6th or something. one of the leading, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can be right up.
He's in that top bracket.
For me, not denying that Virat Kohli is not a great batsman. He's a great batsman. He deserves whatever flowers he has coming to him.
Yeah.
But for me, when he plays IPL, I think it's just to get within the top 5 of the run scoring for the season, and that's it. Once he gets there, he is good. It doesn't matter if they get a trophy or not.
All right. So, just to move away from the RCB bashing and the Virat Kohli bashing, let's look at Brandon's team, right? Mumbai Indians, they have been on an incredible run of wins lately.
Yes.
As a supporter and as a journalist, what do you think, what's the reason behind, or what's the impact that has caused them to start winning again?
Jasprit Bumrah. So he played the last 4 to 5 games he returned from injury. And the guy literally making an impact game after game. He recently broke the record for the most wickets by a Mumbai Indian bowler. He surpassed Lasith Malinga's 170, and I think he's at 174 right now. He took 4 wickets at the weekend. So Bumrah is the man with the ball, and when you have a guy like Trent Bolt in the power, I mean, look at the quality of bowlers there. It's not just Hazelwood, right? We have Jasprit Bumrah, we have Trent Bolt, we have Hardik Pandya, who also took a 5 wicket haul earlier in the season. You have Deepak Chahar. I mean, he didn't do a lot recently, but we know he's capable of swinging the ball. So once condition is there, I'm sure he will take a 4-5 wicket haul at any point. And you have Mitchell Santner as well. So the bowling unit is probably the biggest plus because Surya Kumar Yadav, we know his quality. When Rohit Sharma licks.
Yeah.
Right? So we know the batting has always been there, and you have the young and talented Tilak Varman and those guys. And I think Hardik Pandya needs to do more with the bat, and then Mumbai will be a deadly team.
And even though I still think that Titans would go on to win the tournament, the batting of Rohit, it's good to see him getting back in form, and they have undoubtedly best, in my opinion, the best bowling attack in IPL.
Variety and quality.
Boomer could go there with 2-3 supporting bowlers and it would still be the best bowling attack.
And you know, I wouldn't talk bad about Mumbai because one of the things that you've noticed with Mumbai, I can't talk bad about them because one of the things that you have to give them credit for is that even when they find themselves earlier in the season at the bottom of the table, they always surge and make their way back into that top
Starting
four.
from the bottom now.
They're here,
All right, so let's talk about the mid-table teams, right? We saw my team LSG, powerful start. Now, with Puran's form on the decline, we've seen that kind of affect the team entirely.
I would not say that Puran's form is on the decline.
No, I'm talking about the games he did not perform. We saw the batting look a bit jaded.
Oh, the batting lineup is on the decline.
Yes.
Well, I would support that, but you can't expect one man to carry the batting all the time. And Puran is, to me, the best 2020 batter in the world.
Well, he won Wisden T20 Player of the Year.
But guys, I think when you look at the LSG team, they will not win the IPL. Period. Let me tell you why. You have
Shots fired.
4 overseas players, and they're all batsmen. Mitchell Marsh, Aiden Markram, Nicholas Puran, David Miller. Look at the quality and the experience of the bowling lineup of LSG.
True.
Mayank Yadav, Prince Yadav,
Young.
Queen Yadav. No, there's no Queen Yadav. But there are the Yadavs there, and they're not experienced bowlers.
So I was about to get to
They're
that,
lacking
right?
experience.
So LSG, if you balance it here, it will fall over. It's top heavy, it's batting heavy. There's no bowling lineup.
Exactly.
Much like I can compare them to West Indies teams of past. We had solid batting lineups, but when it comes down to bowling, we often lack quality bowlers, and that's exactly what's happening with LSG. I'm not saying that the Yadavs are not good, but they're not at that level.
Not as yet.
Not as yet.
I don't think they'll qualify. Period.
No, I don't think they'll qualify, but I like watching Puran bat.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Puran is the player that I watch. I already said previously that I don't like a team. I like players in the team.
I mean, look at Pant. I think he's the captain of the team.
Pant. He made 130 plus or 20 plus score for the season.
Wow.
And we're 8-10 games in?
Yeah. My question is to you, Michelangelo. It's that, okay, going through the list and I see you guys have basically, in terms of bowlers, one international player that's a bowler, and that is Shamar Joseph. Things ain't working out for you. Give the guy a chance. Let's see.
Look at KKR the other day. Powell Rothman got his first game, right? And it's cup, actually. I think he made his debut for KKR.
Yeah, but Shamar Joseph, I'm understanding that he's home.
Yeah.
He's going to Canada to play in the global T20 tournament. And also Moti.
Yeah, because I saw something in Pakistan saying that he left to deal with some domestic issue.
Moti is home.
Yeah, so I mean, if Shamar is home, well, then I don't know who's behind LSG's administration.
But he hasn't played a matches yet.
He didn't play a match.
He just featured in some Facebook videos.
Yeah, a lot of Facebook videos.
Kicking ball with his son.
Yeah, so LSG still is my team. I think we can still make it to the playoff, but I'm not certain about that final at all. For the very reasons that I said.
Well, I'm sticking with Titans, maybe just because of Rutherford. Now they've got Butler and so on and so on and so forth.
Titans top 3 on a roll. Sai Sudarshan, Josh Butler, and Shubman Gill.
Yeah, I think
In addition to Rutherford,
Sudarshan is going to end in the top 3.
And if
Top
Rashid
scores.
Khan clicks later, it's problems because he can bowl 4 overs of 5 runs and deck 5 wickets.
Yes.
Bad like that.
All right, guys.
Yeah, so Mumbai is my team.
Mumbai.
Yeah, no RCB. Jemima, no
Sorry.
RCB. I said it. Guys, we're filming live from Etkezo and we must thank Edward B. Bihari. You know why? Because we're drinking top shelf stuff.
After all of this yapping,
Yeah, look at the
hydrated.
colors, look at the variety. Some of the bowling lineups are lacking, but we're not lacking
Quality.
any variety and
Vibrance.
See you guys on the other side.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Alright guys, welcome back. We're filming from the beautiful Etkezo. Now if you don't know where Etkezo is, it's in the Amazonia Mall, located in Providence. And if you don't know where Providence is, just go on Google Map, guys, and type in Etkezo and just follow the location. It's a wonderful place.
The ambience is off the hook.
Off the hook.
So you sound like a GPS there, man.
Well, the GPS has lost me many times, so I'm just trying to do a better job than the GPS. But we're going to look at our players of the week. I know we each would have seen something over the week that would have impressed us, at least 3 players. So I'm going to start with Brandon.
We had a lot of cricket. But you guys probably know
I already know he's number 1.
where I'm coming from.
I think I know too.
Because every time I mention this guy's name, everybody's like, he gone again.
But he
man
performed.
scoring
All right.
But this time he merits your
Every
accolades.
time he merits my selection, Sean.
Not really.
The man scored 500 and...
In a backyard game in Trinidad.
He scored 68 against who? In the breakout league.
Guyana, Rainforest Ranger.
Good. So you can't say the guy is not scoring runs wherever he goes.
This time,
Everywhere you go, he score runs. Only in the West Indies Test, he don't really score runs. So, so Joshua De Silva, guys, that's my number one pick for this week. Why? Because he scored that 68 against Guyana Harp Eagles. He played some really attacking shots, so that's good to see. He's not only a test player or a 4-day batsman, he can play the shorter format as well. My other player of the week, it has to be Surya Kumar Yadav.
That's your international player.
Yes, international.
And
So
De Silva is the regional.
De Silva is my regional, international. Surya Kumar Yadav. Locally, not much that I've seen locally, but if I had to give a local player again, I don't want to say Latif, but I have to go to Machu Pataya because I think he's the vice captain as well. Yeah. I didn't even believe he's on the 19. That guy is taller than me and you, Sean.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Those guys play a lot of cricket, so he's my player of the week for an all-round performance in Borbies, for Borbies. Yeah.
30.
All right, guys. Well, for me, I'm going to have to go with Joshua De Silva.
I get a company boy.
Love the way how he batted in the game, especially against the Rainforest Rangers. The second, it's going to be Alec Athanaze. You know, I remember when I said, suppose Athanaze is given the West Indies Test captaincy position. And then there was an interview that they did, and he said he would love to take the challenge on because he loves the challenge and he knows that he can do it. And in his first game he played, he made a lovely 9-1 against Guyana.
Everybody beating Guyana.
Everybody beating Guyana. But he showed his skill. And
But Timo, he gonna get picked. Then
Well,
we have to ask yourself.
we do not know
For the test team?
we
For
do
the
not
test team, yeah.
we don't know how
Yeah, I don't know the well-mixed.
cricket West Indies mind how it works.
Sometimes we do.
In mysterious ways.
Mysterious ways. So sometime tomorrow you wake up and David Tace is given the captaincy. My final player, I'm going to go international and I'm going to go over to IPL and I'm going to say Sai Sudarshan because I think he's back in the leadership seat as the leading run scorer, if I'm not mistaken, or he's at number 2. But either way, we know that he's going to finish the season as the leading run scorer.
You can't have Jemima here.
I said top 3. I said top
1.
For RCB.
The total leading run scorer of the IPL, Virat Kohli.
Hey, Lord. All right, so we got Timo thing, right? So I'm gonna go with a Guyanese, Adrian Sukwa, right? I was looking at some of these players because we know they're consistent on the local scene here in Guyana, and Sukwa is one that has been putting in the work at 50 here or 80 there. Every now and again, he performs well. So it was interesting to see how he made a transition to the regional level in the Breakout League, and batting as an opener for the Rainforest Rangers, he looked quite at ease up until the point that he gave his wicket away. So he made, it was 57 off of 43, right? And he struck 6 fours and a 6. But the way that he approached his innings, it was heartening to see.
And its slop sweep was well executed.
Yes, exactly. And, it was good to see him.
Yeah, but still, me, I'm a bit critical. I mean, you can't have Anderson and Sukwa playing the same type of innings,
right?
Getting out at that critical juncture of a game.
I believe if the two of them had stuck together, they wouldn't have lost another wicket. But the shot selection was very, very questionable.
These guys have some serious brain fades, but I can't understand. That's why I keep calling for Tevin Imlach to be in that side. He's 28, he played less than 40 listed games. He played 2 test matches for the West Indies.
Yeah.
He qualifies to be there.
And he should have been there.
He should have been there. And that's what's lacking in the Guyana Rainforest Rangers team. A solid, quality, sensible middle order batsman.
Yes.
But the skipper did somewhat bat with sensibility.
In the second game, he got 30 and then he got run out, right? So this is something, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but Savory keeps getting run out at critical times. But anyway, let's move on to my second. Yes, let's move on to my second pick of the week. Locally, I'll have to go with Gultran Chulai. Game after game after game after game, despite being on the losing side, he keeps taking wickets.
Man is the next pair, man. Wickets.
Yes, a lot of wickets. Wickets, even if he loses. Yeah. So I got to go with Gultran Chulai. And internationally, for once, I'll have to go with Timothy and Sai Sudarshan.
It's just a good day.
Yeah, he has played 8 matches for Gujarat Titans. He has 400 odd runs and an average of 50 point something. I can't remember the exact figure, so I don't want to misquote. So yes, Sai Sudarshan.
417 runs.
417 runs.
Nominal. He's only one of 4 batters in the 400 club.
Right. So
Sean, who you are?
great battle.
I have Sai for international, Atenes for regional for that innings he played
90,
against Guyana.
91, yeah.
Even though we had, I think 3 batters made 50 so far,
Yeah.
apart from him, the 2 Guyanese and your boy, the Silva.
Yeah.
And so I would pick him for the regional.
And locally.
And locally, I wasn't impressed with the local cricket.
Yeah, it was.
But if you had to pick a player because of stats, of course, Timothy is big on
Big on
stats. I'd
stats.
pick Chulai because 5 wickets is equal to 100.
Five is big.
Yeah.
True.
So have we got a consensus on the player of the week?
So I heard 3 Sai Sudarshans.
Yeah, but
And
would
I
not-
think 3 Joshua De Silvas, right? You said Joshua De Silva.
No.
No.
I said Anthony.
Even if the Silver make 200, Sean would never.
But Anthony
And you're
made
talking about
97,
stats and thing
93.
And we had 2 Atenes.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah.
We had
So
two
you
Anthony's.
think that Anthony's 93
No,
was
Sean.
worse than the Silva's
I didn't say anything.
60 something?
The Silver impactful innings led his team also to victory.
You could say that Guyana's
When you look at the,
led
when
to
you look
that.
at Atenes 91,
All right, this
Sean, Darrell Cyrus took 4 wickets. That's the reason why Guyana lost the game. Guyana was 120 something for 1.
This is where we take another break. We're filming live here
Right.
from
In
Georgetown,
case-
Guyana.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Alright, welcome back, guys. Of course, we're live here at Kezo, and you're tuned into HowZat, your weekly TV cricket talk show. And this segment is where we deal with you, the audience, the fans. Of course, I know my co-hosts are, looking forward to the questions that you have for us. But before we get into that, last week we had a winner, and let's just go over the questions from last week's quiz.
Yes. Jim Laker took 19 wickets against Australia in a single test match. Who are the only other 2 players to replicate this? Anil Kumble and Ajaz Patel. 2 spinners, of course.
Yes, and I don't want you to get mixed up with the other Patel that played for New Zealand that opened the bowling in the 1992 World Cup. That was Deepak Patel.
Yes.
So that answer is very correct.
Yes, and 2 spinners.
And both of them played for New Zealand also.
Right. So the second question, who is the youngest player to play in the IPL and what was his age on his IPL debut? So the youngster name, let me pronounce it very well. 14 years of age, and his name is Vaibhav Surya Vanshi. Right? 14 years of age, he played for Rajasthan Royals. So that's a...
And he only turned 14 last month.
Wow.
Oh, so he's younger than the guest we had earlier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Talented guys
Imagine
them in
that,
India,
yeah.
man. The third question. Which Guyanese cricketer has made the only triple century in regional first class cricket from 1966 to present? In what year and against who? The answer is, of course, Shiv Narayan Chandrapal, and he achieved this in 2008 against Jamaica. Sean, were you around that time?
2008?
2006.
1996.
1996.
1996. Yes. Yes. Were you around then? Sean?
Yes, I did commentary in that match.
Wow.
When I found
Me too. We were there together. We were there together.
At Sabina
No, I
Park.
wasn't born.
Yeah.
when I found the answer to that question, I found it from an article that Sean wrote.
Wow.
Nice.
First thing that popped.
Wow. Veteran indeed, boy.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, so there you have it. Those were the answers to last week's questions. And of course, we had our winner. Let me get his name right. I gotta take a page out of Brandon's book. I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. So, the winner that we had last week was Shivanand Hari Prasad. Congratulations, Shivanand. Of course, unfortunately, he couldn't be here to collect his prize. But,
So we can collect.
That's fortunate for us.
fortunate for us.
Fortunately for him.
Unfortunate for him, fortunate for us.
Nah, I can't collect it. Sorry.
No, you gotta get this right.
You collect his prize. Alright, so, so before we give you the chance to win this $20,000, we're going to field 2 questions from you, the fans, which you would have sent in over the course of the last week. And let's get right to it. So, first question comes from Leroy Brown. What should the GCB Select 11 focus on fixing first? The batting collapse or bowling inconsistencies? And I think he's talking about the 19 Select 11. Sean?
Maybe the batting. The batting is the biggest problem.
Remember they were bowled out for 36?
Biggest concern,
Yeah.
batting.
Batting.
I would agree with that.
I would agree with that too. Yeah, the batting.
The batting. Yeah. And how would they fix that? How would they go about doing it?
Bat long, concentrate on the game. It's 300 balls. It's a lifetime for the youths these days. Bat
Right.
long.
And if you get 36, that's no fault of the bowlers.
No. The
You see,
bowlers
it's on the
have to
batsmen.
bowl.
And the bowlers had wickets. Even the Morara, when they batted, they didn't reach 100. They were bowled out for 96.
Yeah, so the bowlers
With
did-
Chulai getting 5 wickets.
Yeah, so,
Both teams have to focus more on their batting.
Exactly.
and the thing is, this Select 11 has some quality people there. You have your Dave Mohabirs, your Parmeshwar Rams, your Romario Ramdial. So it's not like they're short of talent. It's merely application,
And patience.
concentration.
And understanding to build an innings, knowing when to go hard, when to draw back, when to defend, when to hit.
Listening to your coach, Sean, because if the coach says I want you to do X, Y, and Z, you do
the
contrary.
coach, I wouldn't mention. I would leave that for another topic.
All right. So we move on to our second question, right? Stefan Balaram, he asks, is the legal action by Parmal and Anderson a brave stand for fairness or too little too late after their guilty plea? Why plead guilty and now go to court? Make it make sense, please.
Yes, well, I would think that if a case is already closed, as it was when they conceded, pleaded guilty to ball tampering, then why would you reopen a case that is already closed and bring it back into the public domain? And it's not the GCB who is going to court against the Trinidad and whoever they're going against. It's the players. And you can't allow a player or players, well, Parmal wouldn't, as we expect,
He wouldn't be affected
play international cricket. But Anderson is on the brink of a West Indies Test
Call up,
debut.
yes.
And why would you go and talk about the umpires, the match referee? And if he loses that case,
It will put a stain on it.
yeah, and maybe like Bravo and all of those who spoke out, he would not play Test cricket.
Victimized.
And he's one of them since under 15. I really liked.
Yeah.
And to see the board pushing him in this direction now to go on his own, it's really disappointing to me. And he should have known better.
And you see, Sean, when you look at, there was a release that was sent out. The players said that they were, let's say, coerced into taking a guilty plea. It's either you take the guilty plea or you get this. All right, fine, they take it. We didn't know if they had any legal representation there with them. But you see, my issue with it is that fine if you want to try the case and to get it overturned, but if you're going to sue them, you're putting your career. For me, Pramal's international career is done and dusted.
But
Anderson, that's it.
problem.
Anderson, because if he loses that case, and I have a strong feeling that he will, that he will lose the case, they ain't gonna want you in the West Indies anymore.
No.
They ain't gonna want
But
you.
he still has time to
But that's the
tell his
reality,
lawyer
Sean.
that he's not going ahead with it.
Right, well, that too. But I am not really surprised by this support or by this move from the Guyana Cricket Board. We both know they always see going to court as the first answer.
Right.
And they've already had a problem with the president of the Trinidad and Tobago
Azim
Cricket Board.
Bassarat.
Yeah,
Right.
Azim Bassarat.
So going to court is like going to the market.
And
for
they're
something.
using the players to fight their
Yeah,
battles.
it's not good. It's not a good look. The players are the one that are feeling the heat.
Yeah.
And while we as journalists say, okay, the man score runs, he needs to play Test cricket. But then you gotta look at the administrative issues. And that's probably the reason why a lot of Guyanese are not playing Test cricket. Because Guyana Harp Eagles are champions of the Regional 4-Day tournament. And that is the yardstick for selecting the Test team.
By all means, we supposed to have 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the Test squad at any given time, right? So the thing is, let's revisit this thing. Anderson and Pumal are moving against the match referee, which is Raghunath, I believe is his name. Michael
Raghunath. And the
Raghunath.
two umpires.
And the two umpires, right? Now, tell me this. The GCB already went to court. Let's look at history. They already went to court with Bharat's, Azim Bassarat, sorry.
Yeah.
Azim Bassarat's position as vice president of CWI.
Yeah.
They went to court. Somehow they got through with it. And guess what happened? He went back to the same position. So, what was the sense in going to court if the man, you're protesting this blue bottle being here? So you go to court, you get it removed, and then it comes back right
And he did
here.
that legally the second time and he was unopposed.
Exactly. So what? Tell me, does that make any sense? It doesn't make sense. And they're putting Kevlon Anderson's career at risk.
Making him a scapegoat.
Yeah. And another thing, if they lose the case and the two umpires and the match referee,
They can now
sue them, who will pay that money?
And if this case is lost in the court that they're going to, they could take it to a higher court. Because as far as I'm saying it, this is just jumping from court to court to court.
I tell you, that's like going to the market.
For some folks.
For some people. Oh my goodness.
All right, well, I hope, what we said.
Good sense prevails and the players.
Yeah,
I
I
really
hope.
hope for the best, especially for Anderson's career,
Definitely.
Because
right?
he's talented, man. Look, runs he scored.
Exactly.
Well, putting in his 2 cents into the matter is the former West Indies lawyers player and one of the leading lawyers in the Caribbean, Sanjeev Dattadin. And this is what he had to say.
Firstly, as far as the hearing is concerned, I don't want to say who it is I've spoken to, but I've been consulted by parties involved. And I think that at the hearing itself, after the players were informed of what the difficulties or what the charges were, they were told that if they pleaded guilty, they would get a lesser penalty. And if they chose to go to a trial, they would be a more severe penalty. I don't think that that is the proper course, and that's what should happen, because that would amount to coercion to a person who is unrepresented. It should not have been done that way. And if that is indeed what happened, then that would be troublesome. Secondly, My understanding is at least at one of the hearings, the manager for the Guyana cricket team was not present. I don't know how that could happen. If the player is going to go to a hearing, the manager should be present, and the Guyana Cricket Board should find out why that is so. They clearly would be at fault for something like that. They can't ask a player to go to a hearing. A player is entitled to have a representative present to assist him. And if there is a hearing, and because of the circumstances, the person that they would usually have with them would be the manager. I can't understand why the manager would not have been there, and the Guyana Cricket Board must answer for that. Thirdly, I see in the press that they are suing about what happened. I know that there are many difficulties between the Guyana Cricket Board, the West Indies Cricket Board, and other boards, and that's indeed unfortunate because cricket loses when these things happen. But in any event, this procedure of suing really puts the players at risk for many things, and they should be aware of that. And I hope that they were cautioned about what those risks were. I know that in these procedures, when things take place that you are not happy with or which you wish to question, my understanding is clearly the rules provide for you to move forward or for you to question it. And there are specific rules that apply to this. It appears that those specific rules are not being followed and court proceedings are being sought. I'm not sure exactly what the court proceedings are, but I'm worried for the players that bringing these proceedings in these matters is not in their best interest. At least I don't think so.
Well, we just heard from Sanjeev giving his legal comment,
yes.
experience, and what you guys think of that?
I think it's very solid and logical thinking.
It's good that we do this for the fans. So I think we're the only show in Guyana that actually has all these insights. So it was good that we can have legal advice going to the public so they can have a clear understanding. Even me.
So nobody can come and say, "Oh man, Sean, Michael, Timothy, and Brandon just talking." This is the real deal.
Advice.
Exactly, and you can't get it more solid than that.
Oh yes, man. I'm just hoping for this matter to be resolved amicably, and let's hope that Kevlon's career isn't affected in any way by this nonsense. I would call it nonsense.
Yeah.
So, just now, let's get straight to the money section. The money segment, actually. And I know most of you guys are excited for this one, right? But remember, before I send these questions out, take this number down, 646-1535. Text your answers, correct answers at that, in a timely manner, so you can have the chance to win $20,000. So let's get straight to the quiz. For the first question, in cricket's early days, the wicket had only 2 stumps. What unusual event caused the introduction of a 3rd stump?
Know that already.
All right. So the second question. This nickname was earned by this bowler who became the first to officially break the 100 miles per hour barrier during the 2003 Cricket World Cup. I know that one as well.
Oh, when they say officially, that means they had a speed gun.
They had a speed
gun.
gun.
Because a lot of bowlers bowled faster than him before.
Yes.
But that's officially. When they started testing the speed of the bowlers.
Yeah.
All right, for the third and final question, which cricketer is famously known for having the most on-field rituals and superstitions during a match, from tapping the crease to adjusting his gear multiple times before every ball? A favorite player of mine. A favorite player of mine. All right, so those are the 3 questions. Remember, text your answers to 646-1535 and give yourself a chance to put a 20,000 in your pocket.
If I was a fan, right, that number, I wouldn't have saved it as HowZat. I would have saved that
money.
Win 20,000. And when you text the answer right away, you win in 20,000.
But remember, none of you or them the operators and cameramen
they
are
can-
not eligible to answer those
We don't
questions.
want the
or
producer doesn't
give
know.
the questions. Anybody.
But if the producer don't know.
Well, she now knows.
All right, guys. So those are the 3 questions. Just let me go over them quickly before we head to the ad break. So in the first one, in cricket's early days, the wicket had only 2 stumps. What unusual event caused the introduction of a 3rd stump? The second one, this nickname was earned by this bowler who became the first to officially break the 100 miles per hour barrier during the 2003 World Cup. And the third, which cricketer is famously known for having the most on-field rituals and superstitions during a match, from tapping the crease to adjusting his gear multiple times before every delivery? So, take out your phones, do your little research, text the answers, and give yourself a chance to put $20,000 in your pocket. So, guys, we gotta go and pay the bills. We'll be right back.
The future of Guyana cricket is here. Are you ready to catch every thrilling moment? Never miss a game, news, information, interviews, and more. Guyana cricket will now be live and exclusive on the Guyana TV network. Experience the heart-pounding excitement from anywhere in the world. Catch every second, every ball, every wicket that drops on GCB TV, the channel on the Guyana TV network app. Watching Guyana cricket has never been this exciting. The Guyana Cricket Board has its own cricket TV channel where you can watch all games live, get all your Guyana cricket news and updates, watch replays of games, access exclusive interviews and in-depth information, stay connected, stay informed, never miss a game. Watch it all free on the Guyana TV network app. The future of Guyana cricket is here, live and exclusive on the Guyana Cricket Board's own TV channel, GCB TV. Catch all the games worldwide on GCB TV on the Guyana TV network app. Don't miss out. Download the app now and be part of the action.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Welcome to Hibiscus Restaurant, Sports Bar, and Nightclub. We offer fine dining, a sports bar, dancing, and special events. Come and enjoy a great Caribbean meal or sit and enjoy the games. Watch for our upcoming special events and live shows. Hibiscus, where you can have a wonderful time with family and friends. We are located at 8344 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Sunrise, Florida. Come out today and enjoy our wonderful atmosphere. Hibiscus Restaurant, Sports Bar, and Nightclub. We are your entertainment center in Sunrise, Florida.
Welcome back to HowZat. We're filming live here from Georgetown, Guyana at the hotel owned by Ramne Resar. And I almost went to say that one of my players of the week would be Ramne Resar because of his generosity in allowing us to have this place.
Yes.
But I just saw him pass there. He says his mother. He took his mother somewhere. I didn't even know his mother is in the country. That's great. How is this program coming so far?
I think
what is interesting?
I think we're different. We're unique, right? We also place a lot of emphasis on the fans. While we have our opinions on the show, while I don't agree with nothing what you said, Sean, you understand? But I think we bring different perspectives to the fans and we give them insights. Last week we had the cricket agent. This week we had legal insights from Sanjeev Dattade.
And a player.
Not only a player, a special player, the leading wicket taker for the Guyana under 15 team. So I think the show, HowZat, will continue to break barriers.
Definitely. I particularly enjoy when we have to field questions from the fans because sometimes they would ask questions that we wouldn't think of, and it really sparks conversation. Especially that last segment that we just did.
The ball tampering.
Yeah, with the ball tampering and the court issues.
But I really enjoyed this week's show because we had again Riaz Latif. Yeah. We spoke about the IPL. We got to bash RCB without Jemima obstructing us.
And who do you think could enjoy the show most? Jemima, because poor guy, Virat Kohli's on top of the run
she gonna be like,
aggregate.
hear them. And the man still make the most runs and hear how they're behaving. But yeah, it was a good week, Timothy.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the things I want the fans to know, especially, is that we don't do this because the five of us, or today the four of us, we don't have anything better to do than to just come and sit at a table in a nice place and argue cricket all day. We do it for you. That is why you just don't hear opinions, as Brandon said, but we get current players, we get the legal advice. So
Facts.
you could never say that the 4 or 5 of us, we don't have anything to do. We're doing this for you.
And I guess we're the only show that ever had an agent on it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nobody can come and say, oh, they do it because we do it. We are setting the trend on HowZat.
And others follow.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
And of course, if you're new to the show, if you're now getting, this is the first episode you're watching, I encourage you and implore you to, get like-minded people like yourselves, cricket fans, even sports fans, download the app, tune in every Wednesday. And of course, who doesn't want a free 20,000 in their pockets? Right?
Even me.
Right. All right, guys. So, we got a lot to look forward in the coming week. And the Breakout League, especially.
Yeah, that starts on Tuesday.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday it started.
It started yesterday.
So we got a lot of cricket.
And there's a lot of cricket coming up in the next couple
the women's
of days.
T20 plays, you have the
under 19.
The IPL, we'll see.
Lots and lots of matches. I think that's too long though. The
IPL is a long tournament.
Overdose of T20.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you guys for viewing. Thank you to Edward BB Harry for once again sponsoring us with the Pulse Energy Drink. And see you guys next week.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Guyana TV Network.
Power through anything with Pulse Energy Drink. Choose from mango, sugar-free, and original. Get charged with Pulse.
Guyana TV Network.